Praise the Lord, everyone. Brother Roop here. Well, first I'd like to say it's a beautiful morning out. Sunny, pretty cool, about 70 degrees. We're going to get some rain tomorrow and a cold front. But it's a beautiful day today. Anyway, we are starting chapter 10 of the book of Acts. Probably a very, very important chapter. Probably one of the most important chapters, being that the Gentiles are now coming into the church. Starting with Cornelius. I'll read the first verse. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. That's an awesome honor that Cornelius received, was that he was the first Gentile brought into the church. A very, very big honor that God gave him. He must have been a tremendous man. Anyway, he was in, this takes place in Caesarea, which is a Roman port. The Romans built it there. It was a man-made port because Israel didn't have a really good natural port. They had a small dinky port in Jaffa. It wasn't a very good port. It couldn't really take in large ships. So the Romans built a man-made port in Caesarea, gave the town a Roman name, which being Caesar. And a lot of Romans and Greeks lived there because it was a trading town. It was a port, so Greeks and Romans were big into mercantile business and shipping. So it was mostly Romans and Greeks that lived there. And of course there was a band of 100 soldiers commanded by Cornelius. He was a centurion. They commanded 100 troops. And they were troops just to keep the peace and keep the safety of the Roman citizens who lived in the city. A lot of bandits in the area, but no bandit would take on a Roman detachment for certain. Cornelius is a Latin name. Shows the man was doubtless a Roman. Certainly because he was a Roman centurion. Has been supposed by many interpreters that he was a proselyte at the gate. That is, one who had renounced idolatry and who observed some of the Jewish rites, though not circumcised and not called a Jew. But there's no evidence of this. The narrative of Peter in book of Acts, chapter 11, verses 1 through 3, the apostles regarded him as a Gentile. Chapter 10, verse 28, Peter evidently regards him as a foreigner. One who did not, in a sense, call himself a Jew. In chapter 11, verse 1, it's expressly said that of God, eventually alluding to Cornelius as those who were with them as a Gentile. But he was an important man in the town. He was a captain of 100, which probably meant the entire garrison of that town. 100 Roman, well-trained Roman soldiers can go a long ways, especially in the provinces. And it was to keep the port open and keep the peace. They're called the Band of the Italians, and that's probably a reference to where the men were from. They're probably from Italy, not Rome. If they were from Rome, they'd be called the Romans of Rome, because it was the citizens of Rome took a tremendous amount of pride in being called Romans. So they're Italians, probably from the Italian countryside. And he's a great man. He's going to do great things again. Thank you.